Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm, episode 7, with me, MrSealyp. A slight jump forward, and that's what we were needing. It's day 1, early summer. Although for some reason it looks like it... Why does that look like in top right hand corner? That says early summer and snow. That can't possibly be right. I hope not. Anyway, grass is growing and looks fantastic. The field I bought in the last episode is going to be ready for poplars at some point. I need to go through and check, because as soon as the wheat in that field starts to come through the ground, I'm going to plough it back in and use that as almost like a cover crop. But I'm up at my field 56A, yes, and I need to seed, and I can seed soybean. I can seed soybean because if you look on the left hand side, everything is okay temperature wise now. Nothing is blue, which is wonderful. The temperature shows up on the top right 12 degrees, so happy days. I'm going to plant this field with soybean. When this is planted, I'm going to go and buy the next purchase, which you've probably already seen anyway from the thumbnail, and then we're going to have a look at doing something with that. So first things first. Let's change the crop in this to soybean. Now I did go around and do a bit of work spraying and fertilising fields. Let's turn that on, drop that down. I do own this one. I should do, and because of that it's thrown me out now. I've missed a bit. That's better. I don't know how this is going to fare over the rougher terrain which we're coming up against now. There's a bit of flexibility to this seeder actually. So fingers crossed we're going to be okay. It shouldn't miss too much. And because I've got the silos up at the farm, it does mean I can store loose straw, loose grass, loose hay in preparation for animals, and it shouldn't rot in the silo. So yeah, this is the bit that's going to be a bit, I don't know, it did it. So maybe seeding won't be the issue. It could well be that harvesting is going to be the issue over this field, but again we'll see how that pans out. Trying to drive into the saplings. Let's lift that. I've been away for a few days, so the reason why there's been a gap in videos, it was a kind of spur of the moment getaway after Christmas with my wife. We decided to get away for a few days, and I didn't have any videos pre-recorded, nothing I could take with me that I could post while we were away. So yeah, the gap of about, well, it's been about 5 or 6 days. So I can only apologise if you've been waiting and you look forward to a video every single day. I can only apologise, and hopefully now normal service will be resumed. This seeder is working brilliantly. I'm very happy with this so far. This should be an okay field for soybean. Now I haven't tried at any point to hire a worker on the field I'd made myself. I don't know how that would work, or if it will work at all. That might be something to try out at some point. Now all the areas I've cleared of trees, other than the ones that obviously I've ploughed and made into fields, I've got some areas which have now got grass on. That isn't grass I can fertilise. I can't change the yield on those. The fields that are grass I can, but obviously areas which are just set as grass, I can cut them, but I can't do anything with them fertilise wise. But I have got some areas that I can still cut, so that will come in handy as well for grass and hay. The more trees I clear, the more grass areas I'm going to expose, really. The T8 is going great guns. Loving it. So, first circuit, and it didn't go too bad at all. Let's lift that up. So I'm going to continue, get around this field, get the soybean in the ground, which is the bit I'm not sure about. Oh yeah, it's all good. Nice. And then after this field's finished, we'll get off and get the new piece of machinery. We'll get started on that. It does mean I'm going to need some other bits of machinery to go with it, but we can sort those out. I've got plenty of money in the bank at the moment. I will see you in a little while. I'm up at the store and the money's gone down a lot, and I've got one. I've wanted one for so long. I got slammed for getting one of these on the West Coast because of the narrative and how I went about it, and you know, this has been paid for with hard-earned cash, felling trees and making the money. The Krone BIG M. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I want to use it. I've wanted to use it for ages. I'm going to use it on this map. Plenty of grass areas. I've also gone for the loading wagon, the Lely Tigo XR 75D. I don't often use this. I normally either have the small Pottinger, or I know I had the Mengele on Golden Days of Farming, and I wanted to go big, but I've used the Strautmann before as well, so I thought, you know what, I'll use the Lely Tigo. Now, only downside, the hookup, and it does hook up, which is going to be brilliant, because when I mow, it's going to put it into a swath, which this will pick up, and it makes life so much quicker. But because of the nacelles or whatever, it does look like a starship. It kind of catches on there. It just doesn't look quite right. It makes no difference at all to the handling or driving. And once the mowers are down, it won't make any difference at all. But for transport, it just looks a little bit. I should really drive that down and then transport that down by tractor and, you know, that kind of thing. But I will take it as it is. This thing sounds incredible too. There is there is a PTO attachment, which is quite handy. So awesome. I love it. So look inside. I did do a bit of a review on this, I'm sure, when it came out. I think I did. And it's a cool bit of kit. It takes up quite a few slots, but you know what? I don't care. It's worth it. It negates the need for a tractor with mowers and windrowers and all the things you need to go with it. It's an expensive way of doing it, don't get me wrong, but it kind of does everything in one. So let's head off to our first place we're going to cut, or at least give it a go. I'm excited. Can you tell? Now, I'm not initially going to go down the route of bales. I want to put grass and hay and wheat or straw into the silos, and I know it's cheating. I know it's a bit, but the people will be unhappy because it should be bales. And like I say, this is my first time doing seasons. I've never run it before, and once I get my head around it and get a bit more kind of au fait with the whole thing, the concept of doing bales will become a little bit easier and straightforward. And I'll probably do bales and get into the habit of storing them and that kind of thing. But for the time being, this is how I'm going to tackle it. Get around the car. Let's see how we get on. I set a worker on field 56A, which appears to be working quite well. There's going to be a couple of spots that I think I'm going to have to do myself, but nothing too dramatic. turn up here. All-wheel steer, which makes life very, very easy. Well, I'm going to squash some grass getting up there, but not too bad. I'll start about here because I have got grass from here. So let's not do that. Let's open it up. Now, the colours are a bit off, and that's what's interesting. I say it's interesting. I don't know on the real one. The roof seems to be the right colour, but the bodywork seems a more goldish colour. Which I'm pretty sure on the standard version it's more like the Krone sort of cream, I think. The rims, I picked black myself. You can choose what colour rims you want with these. Let's turn it on, drop them down. Now what I will double check as well is that on the original version, I don't think it's had an update. When it first came out, fog mode X-rays, turn off. Yeah, you haven't got the option to change it from a swath to wide cut. It will only do a swath. I know on the PC version you can do both. This one, not so much. So, well, we cut that. Oh, I wonder then. Will it not let me cut anything that's not filled? It won't let me cut. Now that's weird. Oh yeah, it's let me cut there. Okay. Let's back that up then. I think it was just because I was too close to the field. I need to get the Lely working. So let's turn that on. Drop that down a little bit. And let's start picking up some grass. So here we go. So triple mower setup. It's putting it all into one swath in the middle, which the Lely is now picking up. This was all woodland before. Got my sugar beet field just over to the side there. All of this I can cut all the way around it, which is brilliant. I'm hoping as well, by cutting it now, almost like a first cut, I'm hoping that over the next couple of days of the summer season, that it might grow back again, and I might get another cut out of some of this as well. But I'm already up to, what's that, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, yeah, brilliant. Plenty of grass. Now what I will look at doing is getting a tedder as well, because when I want to do hay, that's going to come in rather handy. I'm trying not to turn too tightly because I don't want to mess that up. I can go right to the edge. Brilliant. I am more than happy with this. Careful. Oh, bit of a wobble there, didn't like that. Now we are almost full. There we go, 42,000 litres done, and I've only done this little bit. I've got loads more to cut here, and fields. I'm so impressed with this. Right. Let's lift those up a second. Right, what I need to do is back that up, disconnect it. Now I could take it back on this. What I think I'll do, I'll grab a tractor to come and collect it, take it over, drop it off and bring it back to this, otherwise I'm going to be backwards and forwards with the Krone. But that's an impressive bit of kit, I really do like this. Turn the engine off for a second. And jump out just to take in its full awesomeness. If you're new to my channel, you're new to this might be the first video you're watching. This has been a much sought after piece of equipment for a long time. Since I first started playing FS15, watching other YouTubers using it on PC, I've wanted one for ages. Such a brilliant bit of kit. Anyway, right, tractor. I'll see if the work is finished over here. I've grabbed the T8, the worker had finished over on 56A. I've just kind of skirted around the sides of the last couple of fields, 56 and 55. It won't let me mow there, so it doesn't matter if I kind of flatten the grass a little bit there. Let's look up. There we go. Raise up a little bit, that's a bit better. Rear steering on the back of the Lely, which is quite helpful for those tight turns. This is going to go back over then and into the silo. Can I cut across there? Does 55 bring me up? Actually I might try that. Don't know where it brings me up, but let's have a look. Down the side of 55 might be a quicker way to cut through. It might not if I get to the find out the gate's not there or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but might be a quicker route back. There's got to be a way in and out somewhere. Apart from that tree, which means I have to drive into the crop. Sorry. Oh, and that brings me right out here. That's almost perfect. I have unfortunately just damaged someone's crop, but you know. Right, straight across, and this will take me back to the silo. Get it unloaded. First 42,000 litres of grass. This does mean now, of course, that I've got grass, I can get sheep, which is another bonus. So I'll be able to get sheep before winter comes, which is quite nice. Go across here. Perfect. Right. Let's dump this in here. Now I'm hoping, I'm sure one of the modded mixer wagons will allow you to mix total mix ration from the silo. That's what I've been told by various different people, so fingers crossed on that. First load, good news. So then when I do some hay as well, because I've got the two fields here, 91 and 92, I also prepared field 62, that's got grass in it. So all three of those are grass as well. The fact now that I'm clearing that area that I've previously felled all the trees, that's, and also of course there's the cow pasture. Until I've got cows in it, that's a free kind of free. I mean, it's mine. It's a pasture I can use. So I might even get in there and do a bit of mowing. It's a step in the right direction anyway. This has actually worked out far better than I thought it would. Hey, at the end of the day, the kit's available, it's here, it's in game, it's in real life. I'm going to use it. Like I say, the whole storing it in a silo thing, I know that's not necessarily the most realistic thing in the world, but needs must. That's a nice big grass field there. That's not cheap though. I think what I'll probably do now, money's down to 792,000. I'm going to need a normal trailer. I'm going to need a harvester. At some point I'm going to need a forage harvester, but I might lease to start off with. I think as far as the forage harvester goes, I might lease. Let's disconnect that. So what I might have to wait for is maybe get the winter out of the way, and during the winter months when there's snow on the ground, do a load of logging when the price of timber is worth a lot more, get some more money in the bank, and then maybe the forage harvester next season. I'm just, again, this is just thinking out loud, it's musings, it's just trying to work out the best way of doing things. So turn it on, turn those on, those down, and let's carry on. So I did do a fair bit of lumber here, so there's quite a big expanse of grass area. Like I say, the only downside being you can't fertilise or spray it, so unlike the fields when you buy them you can, but realistically it's a large expanse that I couldn't use before, so it's kind of, it's free grass. Honestly, cannot believe how quickly this thing's filling up. It's amazing. There's going to be a few trips backwards and forwards. There are going to be some areas I think I might actually be able to get through between the trees. Nice. Right, I'm going to see in a little while when I've done some more. Got some more loads over there. I might even start in this episode doing some tedding. Oh, that's probably not the best deal. See you in a bit. I'm on load number 3. So that gives me 126,000 litres of grass in the silo. I've got so much more grass to cut here. I say so much more. Yeah, there's a fair bit of grass left to cut here. What I'm going to do next, after I've unloaded this load, is I'm going to get a tedder, and then the next lot I go over with the Krone BIG M, I'm going to mow and ted. Oh, hang on, will it let me? I don't know if it will let me. As long as the grass is dry enough. It should be dry enough because it's warm. It hasn't rained. That I'm going to have to try it. Again, that's something I haven't tried on seasons before. Normally I would just mow and ted at the same time, but I don't know if it will let me. So we'll give that a go. That'll be another test for me. Fingers crossed on that. Because then when you come in cab, you realise how bumpy this is. You can actually see the front wheels up and down. Well, you can see the mud guards anyway. And let's make sure I'm over it properly. There we go. Let's have a quick look in the menu. Scroll across there. Oh, we already scrolled across. So we're at 97, 99. Not bad. What I might do is pick up some 126,000. Nice. Some odds and ends, and put some grass into the trough for the sheep now. Probably in the next episode we'll be leasing an animal trailer. I'm going to get some sheep in here. A bit more mowing will need to be done, but I'm going to head it back over with the loading wagon, Although actually I don't need the loading wagon yet then if I'm going to do some mowing and tedding, but I'll take it over anyway. Then we'll whiz over to the store, pick up a tedder and give that a go, see if that works. Hope it does. It's all new. And like I keep saying, and I know I have said it a lot, I know I have. It's such a different way of doing the game, such a different way of viewing it. Your list of jobs and things you need to do changes. Your priorities are different. It's I'm finding it fascinating. I'm enjoying doing it, and I'm finding it really interesting having to think a different way. So yeah, it's good stuff. Right, I'm going to pull this up here and unhook this. Perfect. Nice. Head up to the store. Get a tedder. And it doesn't have to be a wide one. It can be the narrowest one they do. Because it's leaving a swath behind. I will then need a windrower probably to just tidy it up a little bit then when I do collect it up with a loading wagon. It's kind of a bit long-winded, but it'll work okay. It'll be fine. Avoid that crop. Whoa, that was a big old bump. Let's watch out for that on the way back. Right, off to the store. The seeder will need to go back. That will get tied in the next round of tidying up. Out onto the road and let's get to the store. Right, so we are moving through with the jobs. Everything seems to be going to plan so far. The tedding thing in my mind now I'm still a bit not sure. So coming up then in the coming episodes there's going to be some work done. I need to do poplars. I was going to put those in the ground. I'm going to need to plough in that crop in field 54 and obviously the tedding needs to be done. Keep an eye on the crops, buy some sheep. So there's a few bits to do. It's like a lot of the maps when you first get going, there's nothing to do when you first start off, and then you get a few bits done, and then all of a sudden it snowballs, and then you've got so many jobs you don't know what to do. So right, let's get to the store, get this bought, get back, and let's try and ted with the Krone Big M and a tedder on the back. Right. What tedder shall I buy? Like I say, it hasn't got to be big. Tedders, just get that one. The Fanex is fine. What's the width of that? 6 meters. That's plenty big enough. I don't need anything bigger than that. Let's buy that. The Fanex. Buy. Oh, hang on. Oh no. No. Do you want to purchase it? No, I don't. The connection. That's not going to work, is it? This poses something of a dilemma. I've just come back out. I've installed one I think I used on the Golden Days of Farming. Because of the way the Krone Big M hooks up, I can't use the 3-point linkage one. The Vicon, the Coon won't work. I don't think the Lotus will. The Pottinger might, but it's massive, 13 meters. So I've downloaded the Deutz-Fahr Condimaster 8331. That's a mod by Stafan Maurus, or Maurus, I'm never quite sure. It's an 8.3 meter one, so it's much wider than I need, but it should do the job. It's not too much more expensive either, actually, so that's not too bad. So let's select that. Oh, trailer attacher or toolbar. Trailer attacher, that's what I need, don't I? This is where I'm going to realise I bought the wrong one. Never mind. Okay. That should be the correct one. So what will happen now is if it won't let me ted, because the grass needs to be cut, allowed to dry, and then I can ted, I'll have to just carry on doing some cutting. and then come back and ted it later on. But that, again, not a problem. If I can do it in one hit, I can do it in one hit. If not, it just gives me some jobs to do while I'm waiting for fields to grow and that kind of thing. So at least I've got grass now. And I know I keep harping on about the sheep, but it does give me a couple of options of things to do. So, the moment of truth. Let's see how this pans out. I'm right, aren't I? That's a normal trailer hitch, it's not a 3-point, yeah. It's going to be interesting for turning. Right, let's turn it on. Doesn't drop down, does it? No, that's it. Nope. Has let me turn what I did already. Fingers crossed then, this might be dry enough. We could get away with this, okay. So, fingers crossed, yes. We are making hay. Brilliant. Okay, that's good news. Not a bad little combo. That's working as well. It's quite wide, like say. Seems to be a lot of hay there. Anyway, that will need to be windrowed, but and then collected with the loading wagon. But I am now making hay as well, which is fantastic. I can get that into the silo too. It's been quite a productive day. Again, probably not the most realistic hope. You wouldn't be using a Krone BIG M going up and down some of these hillsides the way I am. So, you know, you'll just have to bear with me. But it definitely is working. Just thinking for the time being, I'm not going to need to touch the fields 91 and 92 over by the farm, which is quite handy because until they reach another growth stage, I can't put another load of fertiliser on them or spray on them, which means that she still seems to be cutting stuff. Anyway, so it'll give me a chance to get another growth state on there and another fertiliser state, which means the yield will be a lot higher. So if I can get a load of hay out of these, maybe I can leave those and do a first cut on those later on. Depends how many sheep I buy, for how much grass I need, and I'll probably leave pigs and cows until the next season. Well, not the next season, the next year. When I say season, I kind of mean that. Right, let's. That wasn't quite what I intended to do. That will definitely need sorting out. Okay. Let's raise those up. Yeah, that didn't help. That actually made it worse. Not to worry. Animation's pretty impressive. All the grass coming to the centre section as I cut. This is the Krone BIG M 500 2017E, I think meaning 2017 edition. We are making hay while the sun shines, although it's still showing snow. Baffled by that. And there you have it, a previously fairly unusable strip of land because of all the woodland on it. It's now been utilised. And that brings me pretty much to the end of this episode. Next episode will probably be sheep. There's going to be probably some poplars at some point. That's really slowing down. But thanks for sticking with it. I'm enjoying this Let's Play, this series. If you're liking it, if you're enjoying it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.